Yeah, I know it's not my regular content, and don't worry, the channel is not hard pivoting into any sort of multiplayer PvP angle. If you have no interest in player versus player games, I will not be hurt in the slightest if you click away right now. Come back in a couple days for the Space Marine 2 update on December 10th. No hard feelings whatsoever. I'll meet you at the door with flowers. But if player versus player shenanigans are your kind of game, I've got something for you today, and better yet, it's free. Now it may be rose-tinted glasses, recency bias, whatever you want to call it, but Marvel Rivals feels phenomenal. It seems like they let Overwatch make all of the mistakes and then just decided to learn from that dumpster fire. Marvel Rivals single-handedly made me find player versus player games entertaining again. Either that or maybe I've grown as a person, but that's not very likely, so it's probably the game, right? Whoever was in charge of this game's design absolutely cooked. The hero team, as far as art and balancing go, absolutely hit it out of the park, because they took the wise approach of, fuck it, if everything is broken, well then nobody is. So you're all just running around as real deal supercharged powerhouses who have a fighting chance against each other so long as you play well. Just do others a favor and please play a Vanguard if you're gonna face fuck the enemy team. You die slightly slower and it gives everybody a helping hand. Anyway, the hero roster is not only massive, 33-ish heroes at launch compared to Overwatch's 42-ish after 8 whole years, but abilities are all over the place as well. This means that nailing down an actual meta or counter-swapping is going to be less prevalent. Not impossible, but less prevalent. The gameplay itself, as far as hero shooters go, is pretty standard and objective-based. You're escorting or holding points, there's overtime timers for contesting, it's nothing revolutionary. What does feel fresher than getting head from someone with Listerine strips in their gums are the map designs. There's not a ton of them, but they all feel like there's so much possibility. That's partially due to the destructive element that they all have, and due to how they tweak themselves as the match progresses. Is there a sniper? Cool, remove the entire balcony. Want a flank? Cool, remove the wall. Shit like that. The maps themselves also shift and grow as the mission progresses along, as I sort of alluded to earlier. Some will fall apart, others will come alive and start moving. It will feel very dynamic all the way through. My one big negative, and this is just a personal thing, is that you're competing against and with other people. Yeah, I know. Unbelievably weird stance to take in a PvP game, so if that's the case, why would I play it at all, right? That's the whole point. Well, it's because the positive runs outweigh the negative, but there are still negative. It's totally a me problem, but I am both fiercely competitive and very autonomous. I've never loved the variability introduced by having 5 random teammates that could potentially cost the loss no matter how good you may do. It makes planning for inconsistencies introduced rather difficult, and if you don't find a way, you're going to be losing no matter how good you do. Fortunately, there is a solution. Play with friends and avoid queuing with randoms, even if it's just 1 or 2 friends. I recommend this in every game, but particularly in player versus player experiences. Don't subject yourself to silent gameplay with a coin flip as far as your teammates will go. If you need teammates, and you're old enough, hop into the Discord in the description. It's mostly for games like Darktide and Space Marine, kind of the player versus environmental vibe, but we've got all sorts of folks in there. Now, golden question. Question above all questions as far as player versus player games go. What about the wannabe Twitch streamers? Well, as with everywhere competitive, you're gonna get some overly sweaty people talking shit. But that's fine. You wanna know what we do with them? Nothing. You wanna know why? Because their existence is already sad enough. We are too busy being real people to give 2 shakes of our dick about all that mess. When some people talk shit after winning a video game, you gotta understand something. That is where they put all of their pride. It's literally the only thing they've got going for them in life. They've got no job, no girlfriend, no money, no dick, nothing. If they lose too many video games, they're gonna go shoot up an elementary school. So when somebody talks shit, remember that. If you're in your feelings, back away, go get some bitches. You have that option to go outside and touch grass. Meanwhile, they're still gonna be the same ugly fat fuck who gets touched by their uncle. I used to think that I wanted to beat the shit out of these people for mouthing off. Now I realize it would entail wading through a sea of rock-solid socks and Kleenexes that fill their bedroom floor to do it. Now I am far less inclined. It just doesn't seem right. Here's the best part of this all for me, by the way. If Blizzard decides to go after these guys for copying Overwatch, they're taking on Disney by extension. Imagine how funny it would be for Disney to be the good guys for once and deliver the death blow to that god-awful company. It would be like O.J. Simpson stopping Chris Benoit mid-murder suicide. I have been advised not to finish that joke. So, in summary, would I dedicate all of my time to this game? No. I am past the point of fully committing on PvP games, because as you go up in rank, it always turns into a virgin fiesta. But I will be suggesting that my friends get it, and I will be playing whenever I find the time of day to do so. This game satisfies a hunger that was left by Overwatch without being Overwatch. I don't have to hear, "Oh Gabriel, remember that time we touched tips?" or whatever the fuck other trash voice interactions were in there. You want to do that, go ahead, go make an RPG, fuck off. But over here, my murderers talk about murder, my good guys talk about helping kittens in trees, my sarcastic guys are assholes, and life is good. Nobody gives a shit about who you sleep with as a crutch for a character having an underdeveloped personality. Oh, and everyone hates the announcer. You're not alone. Don't worry about it. And yeah, that about wraps us up for today. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.